$1.75 trillion. That is what SpaceX wants to be worth when it goes public next week, and a quantum chip just got 1,000 times better the same day. Later, the whole planet gets an 80% warning. It's Thursday, June 4th. You're on Innover. 14 stories that actually mattered. Let's go. SpaceX just set the biggest IPO in history. It wants to be worth about $1.75 trillion. Pricing lands June 11th. Trading starts June 12th on NASDAQ under the ticker SPCX. It plans to sell less than 5% of itself and still raise around $75 billion. Here is why that matters. Most of that value is Starlink, the internet from space business. One company is now worth more than most countries. The space race is now a stock market race too. That was the future of money. This next one is the future of computing. Microsoft showed off a new quantum chip called Majorana 2. It is 1,000 times more reliable than the version from last year. Normal computers use bits. Quantum computers use qubits, which break very easily. Majorana 2 keeps a qubit steady for up to a full minute. Last year, it was a tiny fraction of that. Microsoft even used its own AI agents to help design the chip and pick the materials. Why care? Steady qubits are the whole game. Microsoft now thinks a useful quantum machine could arrive by 2029. That is the kind of jump that makes hard science problems suddenly look solvable. Same company, and Microsoft was just getting started that week. At its Build event, Microsoft launched 7 of its own AI models called MAI. They cover reasoning, coding, voice, and images. For years, Microsoft just used OpenAI. Now it is building its own brains, or the clever part is a trick called frontier tuning. Companies can train a model on their own work data. Microsoft says a tuned model can match a top OpenAI model at 1/10 the cost. Cheaper AI that is just as good is a big deal for every business. New models are pouring out fast, so governments are starting to pay attention. Stick around. Later, the UN gives the whole planet an 80% warning. President Trump signed a new order about powerful AI. It asks AI labs to hand new top models to the government for a 30-day safety check before launch. The keyword is asks. It is voluntary, not a hard rule. An earlier draft wanted 90 days. Labs pushed back, so it dropped to 30. It is the government asking for a front-row seat to the most powerful AI. That was the rules side. Now back to the products. OpenAI gave its coding tool, Codex, a new power called Sites. You type what you want, it builds the app and hosts it at a link you can share. No setup, no servers, just a working tool from a sentence. Codex now has more than 5 million users a week, and 1 in 5 of them are not even coders. OpenAI wants you building apps. Anthropic is worried about something darker. Anthropic opened a program called Project Glasswing to about 150 new groups. They run in more than 15 countries, and many keep the lights and water on. These groups use Claude to scan their code for dangerous security holes. The first batch of partners already found over 10,000 serious flaws. Here's the idea. Use the strongest AI to fix weak code before bad actors break it. Enough about code and bugs. Let's talk about your body. Eli Lilly will pay a startup called Ascidian up to $1.9 billion. The goal is to treat kidney disease by editing RNA. RNA is the message your DNA sends to build proteins. This tech fixes the message without changing your DNA itself, which may be safer. It is Lilly's 6th deal in just over a week. Big Pharma is shopping hard. AI is going independent, money is going public, and both are moving faster than the rules. We track every one of these shifts every single day. If that is useful, subscribe, and we will keep them coming.